What's up, guys? The Natty experiment continues. So, just finished week 2, weighed myself this morning. But before we get to those numbers, let's go back and talk about how this last week was. So, for me, this was a deload week. I will say things felt a lot better. I didn't have that sluggish feeling anymore. I wasn't, struggling to find energy or anything like that. And I will say things felt good. Like, things actually felt more normal than usual. So I was able to get a lot of my deload stuff done, no problem. I still continued with my, pre-workout regimen of, hitting the treadmill and whatnot to warm up. Same thing with my cool down regimen of whether the Stairmaster or playing a little basketball. But all of that continued. All of that felt great. I wasn't feeling, too exhausted. I know I did have one day where I did feel a little bit exhausted, but then again, had to wake up early for work purposes. But that was about it. So before we go forward, numbers, so you can see how they look right now. I did end up losing 2 pounds. I don't know if it had to do with me going through like my usual kind of like pre-cut routine, because next week I do start cutting. But with cutting, usually for me means, a change of workouts, a ramp up in cardio, a slight difference in my diet, and all of that can really lead to fatigue and feeling a little more tired, a little more sluggish. So it's great to see that, my pre-cut stuff didn't affect how I felt too much. So I'm really feeling good going into the next week, going into my full cut routine and seeing how things go. But as a whole, I feel now like I do not need that extra energy of a pre-workout. I do not need, obviously, like the fat burners or the BCAAs. Didn't have days where I felt like crazy sore or anything like that. And once again, the bloating seems to be going down. I lost a good chunk of water weight, and I am leaning out pretty good. So it continues. Week after week after week, we're going to get better with this, keep it going, and we'll see where we are in May. But that's the end of week 2, and I will see you when I finish for week 3.